Just as a quick recap, though, on the brain sharing pieces before we move into our first group discussion, I wanted to just remind us of sort of the direction this is going for the next semester. And I think before I get too philosophical tonight, and you may feel at the end of this, like I did at the end of a years of studying philosophy, I'm not sure if I've moved forward or backwards kind of question. I think that I want to make sure that you guys all see, our lighthouse in the distance, which is the idea of a better understanding of how brain training works over the next 4 weeks, especially, where we start to add strategies. Now that you guys know yourself so well, we're going to start adopting more and more strategic planning based on where we're going. And so I just wanted to, again, repeat, I guess, the themes that I'm trying to get at in terms of our strategies. Number one, that I think brain training, if I were to rephrase it, is effectively optimizing our warehouse. Our warehouse stores all of our memories, all of our responses to stimuli. And so we're trying to go into that warehouse and organize it a little bit better, perhaps leave all the positive memories near the front door and stuff all the really dark, bad memories deeper back into the back shop so that it's harder for us to retrieve those clubs, as it were, if we were to borrow a metaphor of a back shop at a golf club. And so by attending to our subconscious experiences, and so just paying attention to them, like for instance, in a hot thoughts log, like we did this week, we're starting to organize the warehouse a little bit better. We're starting to turn lights on into an otherwise dark room. And this becomes effective for us to start to build strategy out of there. Once we learn to manage this important operations center, we might even start to build out a little bit of a metaphor together that running our golf game is like running our business, and that we're really just trying to hire the right people for the right positions. We need a very good warehouse manager. We're going to need a back shop attendant that's able to go and retrieve good memories. We're going to need all sorts of different skills as we run this business of ourselves and try to navigate around a golf course. There is a premise here that, there is a suggestion anyway that I'm suggesting, which is that it may be possible that automatic responses can be conditioned, that we can stack the deck in our favor. And we're going to be working off of that premise together over the next little while. Now, again, the reason we'll go ontological today is because we need to ask ourselves whether there's any reason to believe in such a thing. But certainly in my conclusions, I would suggest that, yeah, absolutely, we can condition our automatic responses to be more in the direction of our desired lighthouse, as we would say with this funny image on the screen. We're going to train our dog to fetch the lighthouse. And so when we go back in and get memories or responses to experiences, it's always going to be now responding towards the direction of our lighthouse. I bet you over the first 3 weeks, you guys have already had this experience as you've sort of woken up and worked through worksheets and so on. And then you're starting to feel yourself compelled to do things which might delay gratification, as it were. And eventually, as we train our brain over the next 4 weeks, the goal will be that a well-trained brain is effectively one that can access a more resourceful state. And when we are in a resourceful state, we have access to flexibility and all of our skills that we've been developing, like the famous, I was so good on the range and I can't find it on the golf course. And that's usually because we've lost the resources. And so a resourceful state is one that's able to access all of the resources that we've been training. So we're going to try to understand who we are. We're today trying to dive a little bit more into our belief systems, and those belief systems really guide the majority of our automatic responses. And then we're going to learn to program our subconscious mind by adding positive scripts and removing the interference. Hopefully that's all sort of coming together for you guys and making a lot more sense.